Welcome everyone to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Tracks the Max, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. So first and foremost, you might want to know about the lore of this account. How did this come into play? I talked about this a couple of times throughout the whole series. Basically, it was me going off and playing another game called Summoner's War, which is more or less like the godfather of this, right? Some even call it like the godfather of the gacha games even. I don't know if I'd go that far, but this raid, as a core, right, took a lot of elements from Summoner's War. Now, I played that for about somewhere between 30 and 60 days, not very long, but there was this cool feature in that game where you could actually go to a player's profile, click on it, and imagine that you could decorate your bastion, right? You could do the same thing in Summoner's War, where you had like this island and you can put all kinds of stuff on it the way that you wanted to. If you wanted nothing on it, that was fine too, right? You could just throw everything in there, or you could organize everything, or you could build different types of islands and platforms and your personal world, more or less, which I thought was pretty neat. Now, there was an extra function where you could also check out people's guilds, and I'm not sure if that was customizable or not, but you could like go into their guild hall, I think it was called, and this was just basically like a real guild hall, like a room that you would see, and all the players in that guild would have a champion standing somewhere in that guild hall. Usually also like the leader on some kind of throne. Really cool stuff, actually, right? And so one time I was just like scrolling through a random player's guild hall, and I noticed, wait a minute, all these champions in here are dark champions. Now, in Summoner's War, you don't have void champions like you do in Raid Shadow Legends, but you have dark and light champions. And dark, you could say, is like the equivalent of a void champion in Raid Shadow Legends. But then you have a light version that is kind of like the counterpart of a dark, something that we don't have in Raid, but it exists in Summoner's War. Now, the cool thing was about this specific guild that I was looking at, they were all dark champions. And when you went to their profiles, you would notice that they only had dark champions as well. So I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. Could we do something like that in Raid, or is that even possible? And I started brainstorming about it. And when it came closer to last year's free-to-play series from Hell Hades, I decided I was not going to participate in that, but I was going to start this series right here, which today is 1 year old, using only void champions. Now, when I started this series, I had no idea what to expect. I was not sure what we were going to be able to do, even if anyone was going to find this interesting or not. But I guess a lot of that depended on how do we approach it? What do we do with our champions? Can we solve some things that didn't really seem solvable, right? And I think we did a really good job at solving a lot of the problems this type of account has or had, right? But I have to shout out Jay Giggs again for this. That man is an absolute legend, and he pushed me so much to do this. Like, he literally messaged me and said, hey man, I like what you're doing. If you want, I can give you some pointers on how to approach things, etc. And I still have all those pointers on my desktop if I ever need to reread those pointers and refresh my memory, right? If I'm not really sure what I should be doing with my channel and all that stuff, it's a good thing for me to read it again and figure out what I'm doing, right? But still, to this day, even last week, I actually sent them something to look at and say, hey, if you have a minute, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you have a minute, can you check this out and say what you think about it? And, you know, he has been just like a really good friend in the community for me. And also, of course, he started a Only Void series himself. Didn't last too long. He got kind of fed up with it, I guess. Which is understandable. It's not for everyone. It's a very, very grindy way of playing the game. If you thought Raid was grindy, try using only Void Champions. You'll be amazed how much more grindier that is. But a lot of people wouldn't even have known I existed if it were not for JGig. So again, my man, thank you so much for everything. A lot of this series I have to thank to you, right? I started it, but you gave me the fuel to actually push on and make it what it is today. So thank you so much. Now, we got that out of the way. The lore behind how this account started and where I got the energy from to actually make it all happen. Obviously, a lot of you people out there as well, right? It's not only JGigs. JGigs gave the first kick under my butt, but the rest of you who've just been so enthusiastic about it, thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and who are still here, hopefully, right? Because again, I'm not going to be stopping this account quite yet. We're just kind of taking our foot off the gas for now because, well, we have a challenge to approach right now, and it's going to be for 3 months, so most of my brain power and energy is going to be put into that. In the meantime, I will just be slowly playing this account, doing what I'm supposed to do, right? Picking up some things here and there, doing my clan boss, you know, doing like the usual, autopiling it a little bit. And if I actually get anything worth noting, like an orc or a shadowkin, whatnot, I will definitely inform you guys, right? I'm not just gonna let this hang. I will definitely come back and let you guys know if anything's going on. So I said I was going to make this short, and it's going to be shorter than the previous recording because we just pulled 6 void shards on that previous recording. There was nothing worth our time at all. It was actually Ashwalker, Dagger, this guy, her. Actually, it was this one, this one, this one, this one. This was our first pull, and we pulled this guy, I think. Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think those were it. Anyway, it was a whole lot of nothing, basically, right? That's what we pulled, a whole lot of nothing. Now, last week I did pull a couple of cheeky void shards and got an extra copy of Aniri. I'm not completely sure what we can do with that, but I'm sure there's something to be done with that. And we also got another copy of a Campton, which there's definitely something to do with a Campton. Like if you put 2 of these cats, they're cats, right? Yeah, I think they're cats. 2 of these cats into stun sets, they are a massive source of crowd control because of their passive, right? So definitely we'll have to check that out and see if we can't do anything with that for things like Doom Tower mostly, because hard Doom Tower can be hard sometimes. Even though we've cleared 2 of them already, there might be something there for us. That's just what I'm trying to say. Yeah, other than that, we had 2 goals, right, with this account. One of them was to have a complete full screen of level 60s. Now, we haven't been able to do that quite yet. I counted this earlier, and it was 63 63 6 stars in 52 weeks, which was 1.2 6-star every week, basically. I thought that was pretty nice. That's a pretty stable number, I would say. You have to also count in the fact that we actually have a lot of level 50s here, right? Because they all kind of helped us push through the faction wars. So there's a bunch of 50s that, you know, if you add these up, maybe we would have had, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, maybe this row as well, right? Maybe we'd have like 6 stars more or something like that. Maybe not that much, but you get the idea. We could have had a couple of more at least, but I'd say 1.2 per week is, you know, for a year, going a year strong and keeping that up is quite impressive. I mean, I'm impressed at this already, but we're not going to stop this account until we have a Lydia and until this whole screen is actually, so this whole screen, right? They're all 60. So I counted this earlier, and that means we have at least 35 more to go. And yeah, that means that the series should go on for at least another half year, right? Or the account at least should go on for another half year. But I assume it's going to take longer than that even because, again, I'm on the HH challenge right now, so I'm not as focused on leveling guys up on this account right now. Lydia is also pretty darn close now. As you can see, it's 926 out of 945. It just comes down to getting one Shadowkin. Does not matter which one it is, one Void Shadowkin that we can just throw in here and gear up, and we can definitely clear this because I've done it with 4 champions, so that 5th champion would only help. Would only be able, like, if throw on a bolster set or a shield set or whatever, or even hell, put them in stone skin, ignore them, right? As if they don't exist. Give them 0 speed and stone skin and just let them sit there. Be fine. It would be fine, and we would clear this. So that's pretty cool. The only thing that is an issue right now is the ore crypt, and all the rest, ladies and gentlemen, we have done within a year using only void champions, which I personally did not expect was going to happen. I did not think we were... I thought maybe a couple factions, and I'd be proud of that, but we almost cleared everything. And one of the things I think was very important for that is to try and keep up this affinity bonuses, or area bonuses actually better, from the live arena, right? Now, I want to explain this again real quick because I don't think people really understand what is going on here, why I went for this. But like right here, plus 18 ignore defense, that is like almost the same as giving your champions a savage set on top of whatever they have. Just let that sink in for a second. Like, we put savage sets on our damage dealers because we want them to do damage. This right here, basically, it's not quite there, right? It's 7% off, but it's darn close to a savage set. Extra on top of the rest that they're already wearing, which is usually lifesteal, perception, bolster, things we also need and can't afford to put savage on because we need those sets. But with this, I think personally, this right here, this Faction Wars grade 1 that you see right here, that is the reason why we've been able to do anything at all in Faction Wars. That's my personal opinion on this only Voids account, right? Now, I've been thinking about this, and I think maybe even for this new challenge that I'm doing on HH, it's not a terrible idea to maybe like get this up to level 4 or 5 at least, because the thing is, look at this. So a grade 1 speed, for instance, right? You want to upgrade this. This costs 25 medals, or they're not called medals tracks. They are called crests, okay? So 25 crests. Take a look at this. Ice Golem is a grade 2. What does that cost us? It costs us 50. That's double. Now, most people will say, well, I actually want my Demon Lord to be good, right? I want as much damage as possible on my Demon Lord. Well, Demon Lord is a grade 3, and what does grade 3 cost us? 100 crests. So what does this mean? It means that one of these costs us 4 times as much as one of these. So one of these can get us 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. That's the difference. So it's literally times 2 for a grade 2, times 4 for a grade 3. Which, you know, this suddenly seems like pretty good value, right? At least in my opinion. I think this is going to help us a lot just to push those things, get extra rewards there. Perhaps not get Lydia in 3 months' time. That is probably a push. But I think we could get darn close, and we could probably also just get a lot of nice glyphs and perception, you know, from the faction wars. So I'm really debating at least getting like tier 4, maybe tier 5 even. Getting a plus extra 40 accuracy is always nice. Getting a plus extra 10 speed, pretty good. Getting plus 10% ignore defense on all your champions, yeah, don't mind if I do. And you know, this is a lot cheaper than stuff like Demon Lord, for instance. Now, I will be putting stuff into Demon Lord for sure on the HH thing, but yeah, I just don't know how much we can afford to put in there because we only have 3 months time on that account. So as you can see, my points have been dropping even. I just haven't been too busy on this account. So yeah, other than that, the dungeons, we have cleared stage 15 on, I think, on all the Iron Twins affinities. Obviously, we've done all the potion keeps. That's not really... No, actually, we haven't done this one. But I guess it doesn't matter, right? These are the only 2 that matter for us, so... I haven't really even pushed the other ones. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't even know that I didn't push this. But, I mean, it doesn't make sense to push this, so... We don't push that, right? Yeah, obviously, we've done a lot of this Minotaur and been in there quite a lot for some extra stats and all that good stuff. This event dungeon I haven't really participated in yet, but I think I will as soon as I figure out a team for it. But we should definitely be trying to get this stage 20 done for sure. Obviously, we have this hard spider done with this team right here. It's a very, very easy team, and it does the job. So Ice Golem, I think I pushed a little bit of hard, but we don't really have a team for that built quite yet. Maybe I could make something happen with our Skrank. And now that we have Sir Nick and Lady Noelle, that could be something too, because there's a lot of freezes and we could put up Unkillable, all that good stuff. But I haven't been working on any of that stuff in the past few weeks, so let's check this out. Yeah, we did hard 3 minutes, and this was the team, so pretty much the same. Yeah, this is the same team as Spider almost. I guess this is Arbiter and Spider, so it's a little different, and there's absolutely no reason why this guy is in the lead. Huh, interesting. What team is that? Is it in here? No, it's not even in here. But I guess we can do this and have a little bit extra speed. There you go. But that's the team I used for this. Fire Knight, we have not progressed further than this. I just have never tried anything further than this. If I would go further, I would probably build the second Yakarl for this. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure what we have to do to actually get into hard mode. Not wasting my brain power too much on that, to be honest. But I'm sure there's something we could work out. And then, of course, Sand Devil, we have the Aniri cheese where we can bring in food, which if you put in food here, we can bring those along. That's the team, basically, and you level up food. There's a whole video on that. Go check that out if you want to know more about that. And then here, what have we done here, actually? Oh, really? I didn't even know I had a team for this, actually, but apparently this was a team that I used for this. and I haven't really pushed any further, so I don't know what is possible at this very moment, but I'm sure there's something we can do. Now especially that we have some unkillable going, and we have the Kafrus who can have the Shogun focus them, right? So something in that order. And then, of course, well, our clan boss team is one of the things that one of the community members actually found for us. And where is it? You can actually... Oh, we don't have a key. All right. Well, it's here somewhere. There it is. So 94 mil with 2 keys. Pretty impressive. Yeah, that's the team right there. Basically, it's Kafru, Warcaster, and a Renegade. And those 3 are keeping the team unkillable for 50 turns. And you don't need to cleanse anything off. You can't do Spirit with this team, because you would need some way to get rid of the decreased speed. Otherwise, the tune falls apart. Other than that, it's perfect for a 2 key. And it's been great. So, yeah. There's that. Other than that, Doom Tower, yeah, we cleared 2 of the hard Doom Towers. And to prove that, we can go over here and you will see that we have, in fact... That's not a hard one. This is a hard one, and this is the hard one, right? So this is the only one that we don't have, and all the rest we got, which is pretty cool. Cursed City. I don't think there's that much to be said here. We don't even have hard really done, but the problem with hard is that, well, first off, it's hard, right? And second, there's just a bunch of stages that we can't even do because you need affinity only. I don't know which stages those are. I think they're like the first... Yeah, so like here, for instance, we can't do this because we're not allowed to use those champions. So I've mostly been focusing on this whenever I did play. I haven't been doing that many of them, as you can see, but I think I've done like 63 or maybe even 76 once, so decent numbers in normal, but nothing to write home about or anything. We just normally, when I've been playing the account hard, we pick up what we can, right? So, and yeah, I think that is more or less it. Clan boss. Let's see what we get here. Do we get a juicy void that we can maybe pull? No, we got a sacred shard. That's a decent chest. I'll hold on to that. Oh, maybe I should check out Hydra for you guys. Hydra is... I'm not going to use the key, but Hydra is basically just put this guy... No, not this guy. Put this guy in somewhere and try to keep him alive. That's how my Hydra has been mostly. We don't have all the options that are available to us in normal traditional clan or Hydra teams, but we do have some nice guys. Like this is a heavy hitter, this is a heavy hitter, Whisper is a heavy hitter, so we have some good damage choices that we can take along. What we don't really have are the block buffs, so we need to use these 2 champions for block buffs. We have the Provoke in this one. Actually, there's a block buff on her too, one of the better ones that we recently picked up. So these are our Provoke options. We also have some rares that can do that. Hello, where are they? They are in the vault, I think. Yeah, like so, like this guy and this guy, they have some Provoke options as well. Yeah, you need 3 teams, so having them is pretty good. And then we have like turn meter fill with attack down here if we need it. We have ally attack, but with a defense down on the A1 on this gal if we need it. What else? Well, revives, of course. Mithrala with hex and just a bunch of cleansing and good buffs in general. Another PM fill and revive in Arbiter, of course. And yeah, just, you know, revivers and stuff like that, cleansers, things like that. We have a few on the account, but usually there's not enough things on each champion, if that makes any sense, right? You want every champion to do as much as possible, and well, because of the limitation that we put on ourselves, it's not always that easy to get it done. Now, that said, I do want to see, well, I guess there's no battles done. I can't hop in here and show you some teams, but some of my clan, like this guy, for instance, Into the Afghan Void, I was almost going to do non-YouTube stuff. He has been putting up some really good numbers, but he really focused his team on Hydra. He made, for instance, I think he got resistance on this guy right here. Where is he? This guy right here, Terex. And Terex puts up a counterattack on himself. So it's, if you put resistance on this guy, it's a really good mischief target, right? And yeah, he's been killing it in Hydra, man. I've seen him done crazy amounts of damage on hard. Really cool stuff. Personally, I haven't been too interested in doing any of that stuff quite yet, but maybe in the future. Again, I don't plan on quitting playing this account. I do plan on continuing, so it could be something for the future for sure, but just really not for now. Can we use her for an aura? Yeah, why not? Actually, nah, that's lame. Let's use the 33%. Let's do that. And then Chimera, I've just kind of been throwing in whatever. I do have to say, Scathix was somebody's suggestion in one of my streams a couple of weeks ago. I think around Christmas time, I did a stream for y'all. That was really nice as well, by the way. Thanks for that. Thanks for hanging out over there. That was fantastic. But Scathix is pretty darn good for a champion in the Chimera. So if you've been struggling and you have a Chimera, definitely check him out, because the decreased speed on the A1 and then the cleanse and healing and whatever. I don't, does he have a healing? I'm not sure if he has healing. He does have a cleanse, I'm pretty sure, and he has a buff strip and he has a decreased speed on the A1, which is fantastic for Chimera, because you want Chimera to be slower than you, right? So yeah, that's been really cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to be talking about or what I can show you guys whatsoever, but if you have any questions for me about this account, again, feel free to post it in the comments. I will answer it as good as I can, right? And yeah, other than that, just a big thank you to all of you for showing up all the time. And I'm not going to say until next week, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be making content on this specifically next week, but you can find me every weekend now, definitely on the Easy Raider account, trying to kick some butt over there, right? So if you still just enjoy my content, feel free to hop over there and check that out. It's good fun as well. And we're doing some crazy stuff, of course, as usual, right? So hope you guys have a nice rest of your week, and I'll see you guys somewhere in the future. Peace.